What if we could build a financial system for the people it was never designed to see? And listen, that's not some far-off hypothetical. We're about to dive into how a totally new kind of AI is being built to see the millions of people the financial world has just ignored. We're talking about tackling the massive global challenge of financial exclusion head-on.
300 million. In India alone, that's how many people are considered credit invisible. Now, these aren't people without an income. Not at all. They're street vendors, gig workers, small-time entrepreneurs. They have money flowing through their hands every single day. The thing is, they are absolutely creditworthy. But because they don't have a traditional credit history, to the big banking systems, they're basically ghosts.
Okay, so here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll dig into the crisis itself. Then, we'll see how this new tech scores the unscorable. We'll meet the AI team behind it all, look at the completely new kind of loan it creates, figure out how trust is built, and finally, explore what this all means for the future of credit. Let's get into it.
All right, first up, the credit invisibility crisis. Let's really unpack this impossible trap. 87% of the rural poor are completely locked out of the formal credit system. That's nearly 9 out of every 10 people who can't get a safe, regulated loan when they need one.
Traditional scoring requires a history of debt to prove you're trustworthy with more debt. It's the classic catch-22. You can't get credit until you've already had credit. And the result of that broken system? A huge vacuum that gets filled by predatory lenders. We are talking about apps charging insane interest rates, sometimes as high as 60%.
Let's move on and see how this technology is scoring the unscorable by creating a whole new way to measure trust. The whole foundation of this new approach is something called alternative data. Instead of digging through past debt, you just look at a person's real-time financial habits. Are they paying their utility bills on time? Do their digital UPI transactions show a steady income from their food stall? These are incredibly powerful signals of financial responsibility that the traditional systems have always ignored.
This isn't just a single algorithm chugging away. It's a coordinated team of specialized AIs. They call it an Agentic AI team.
So this team has 4 key players. First, the scoring agent calculates that money trust score we just talked about. Then the analysis agent dives deeper, spotting patterns and risks. After that, the coach agent steps in, generating a personalized plan and suggesting a safe loan. And finally, the simulation agent lets you play out the future, running what-if scenarios. It's pretty incredible. Together, they form a fully autonomous financial guide. So what does this AI team actually do?
The entire experience is powered by this really simple 4-step core loop. First, it brings in the data, with full consent, of course. Second, the agent calculates the score in real time. Third, and this is the magic, the agentic part, it doesn't just give you a number, it takes autonomous action, finding and suggesting the safest loan for you. And finally, it provides vernacular feedback in your own language. Data, score, action, feedback. It's this continuous cycle of support.
Imagine being a street vendor and you get a voice note in Hindi that says this. It's a clear, respectful offer in your language. This vernacular, voice-first approach is absolutely critical for making this inclusive for everyone. Of course, with any new financial tech, trust is everything. Okay, so this isn't the Wild West of fintech, not by a long shot. The system is built on really solid ethical ground. It uses India's government-regulated account aggregator framework. You can think of it like a secure digital locker for your financial data that only you have the key to. Nothing gets shared without your explicit consent. It also uses explainable AI, so lenders can see exactly why the agent made a certain decision. And it relies on ethical collections. We're talking gentle reminders, not harassment.
Tech stack you're looking at here, it's all designed for speed. It allows a development team to build a working prototype, a minimum viable product. A team can prove out that entire core loop, data, score, action, feedback, over a single weekend. The future of credit. And it's all about a fundamental shift from looking at your history to looking at your habits.
See, this isn't just about getting a single loan. It's about building a real path to financial mobility. As this timeline shows, it starts with a small, safe loan. Then, as you make timely repayments, your money trust score goes up. In a few months, the agent might suggest a better, larger loan. And within a year, that person has built a formal credit footprint, unlocking a financial identity they never, ever had before.
So we're left with this one big thought. For centuries, our financial lives have been defined almost entirely by our history. This technology asks a fundamentally different question. What if your future was defined not by your past, but by the good habits you practice every single day?